Hi, this is Steven at Agilent Technologies, and this video is going to demonstrate how to use the grouping feature on the N6705A DC power analyzer when we're trying to set up a parallel configuration. The grouping feature allows us to group multiple outputs together and control it as though it was one output. Now this is very useful when we're paralleling multiple outputs together because it allows us to look at the entire system as one single output. In this video example, we're going to parallel output 1 and output 2 and connect it to a DUT. The DUT we're using here is the Agilent N6300 electronic load. So basically the hardware setup is just connecting the positive terminal of channel 1 and 2 to the positive input of the load. And we do the same thing for the negative terminals. The negative terminals 1 and 2 to the negative input of the load. When we first turn on the power supply, you're going to see that the two channels are listed as two separate channels. Now this will change after we set the grouping feature. What we'll do now is we're going to configure the groups. We press the menu button, go to source settings. Now third on the bottom you'll see output grouping, and that's what we want. At this point we're going to add channel 2 into group 1 by checking the box. And after we do that, it's going to ask for us to reset. And so we're going to recycle the power. And when it comes back up, you're going to see that the two channels are no longer two distinct channels, but instead it is a single channel. At this point, the two channels can be programmed as one channel. So we're going to set a voltage and current. Let's set 5 volts. And a 20 amp current limit. Now let's turn on the output to see what happens. When we turn on the output, you'll notice that turning on output 1 will also turn on output 2. And that's because the two channels are grouped together as a single output. Now looking at the measurements, you'll see that 5 volts is being outputted and 18 amps is going pull. The reason why it's 18 amps is because I've set the electronic load to pull 18 amps. And the thing to notice here is that the two modules that are in there each have the capability to pull out 10 amps. And together they're putting out 18 amps. Following these steps, you'll be able to quickly and easily group multiple outputs into one single output on an N6705A DC power analyzer.